I did not turn my mic on. I'm tripping. Okay. Okay. Mic on. Mic on. We can't not have the Osmo 3 mic. What is up, you guys? Okay, let me go. You know, I gotta do my little stuff so I can make sure that I am all in this thing. Studio dot. What is up, you guys? Come in, come in. So I wasn't even gonna go live. You know, I've been wanting to really challenge myself to go live like every day, every other day. But I also don't I don't fake it, y'all. If I don't feel like it, I just will not do it. So I was like, dang, I want to, but I don't. And then I had decided not to. And then something came into my heart, okay? Sometimes it's my heart, sometimes it's my mind, sometimes it's both. And I decided to edit instead. Did you guys see my new banner? Let me show you my new banner because it's so cute. This is one of my favorite pictures of myself. I sound like a Libra, huh? Isn't this the cutest banner? Can you see? Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. That's a super cute banner, right? Okay, so let me make sure that I am live. And I need to go live on TikTok. Okay, so yeah. I wasn't gonna go live. And then I decided to only make sure my comments are up. Y'all just don't understand what this takes. You gotta do a bunch of thinking. My brain doesn't want to do all that. I don't even see that I'm live though. Baby. I'm confused. Let me know if you guys see me. And why are we in 720p when we should be in like 1080? Okay, so someone sees me, I think. But how come I can't see myself going live? Okay, don't go, guys, because you know that we're about to get deep. We always get deep. We really do just always get into a deep conversation without even trying. But like I was saying, I wasn't going to go live. I decided to just finish editing. And what I've been doing lately is what I wanted to do. It's so funny how the experience of my sister transitioning has really encouraged me and like pushed me to do this because I've been wanting to act off of what I'm feeling when I'm feeling it. Like when I receive channeled messages, when I just feel the urge to share something, whatever, I've wanted to use that opportunity to record, to go live, to do that right then and there because you'll lose it, literally, and you'll forget. And I just hadn't been doing that for so long. So I love that that's happening right now. I'm gonna go live on TikTok too. I look real good in this TikTok frame, I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna lead me right into one of the things I wanted to talk about that just came to me. Okay, first of all, and also what I'm doing, y'all, is I hope this can encourage you too. But I've low-key already been doing this, but I don't want to be like getting all ready for y'all. Like that's whack to me. Okay, I'm saying that while I'm like putting lip gloss on, right? No, but this is Young Living chapstick. I put this on all day, so this is needed. Look at how my lips transform though. Seriously, not too much, just enough, and it's natural, essential oils. Okay, but yeah, I don't want to be doing all that. I just want to just show up. This is the best. This is the best way, the easiest thing for me. I realized that showing up and being real is not the easiest thing for everybody. I used to be like, this is the easiest thing you could ever do. It's so much harder trying to be someone else. But for some people, it's not that hard. My hair is good on my nerves. For some people, actually, Actually, for some people, to be someone else and to act like someone else and to act like something that they're not is actually not that hard. That's just the truth. But for me, no, I don't want to. Like, people have asked me for so long to do like hair tutorials. I don't do hair tutorials, y'all, because even with my I have one video of doing like my face routine. People have asked me to do my skincare routine. I have one video that I still haven't even finished editing and uploading that I recorded months ago. But in the video, I am talking about this because it is so fake to be doing your hair and doing your face and you're sitting here looking like this. It don't look like that. It look like this. That's really what it look like when you scrubbing your face. Okay, when you doing your hair, it don't be looking like with the brush. It don't look like that. It be looking like you be that's really unless you guys are the aliens, okay, or maybe I am, and we're just I'm just having a completely different experience than everybody else. Unless that's the case, come on, y'all, that's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. So for so long, oh my God, like for so long, I was just telling my little brother this the other day. Like, I'm so grateful for where social media is going right now. Catch this wave. If you know that you're supposed to be being seen and showing up, then catch this wave because we are finally like going into a state that I have prayed for so long that we used to be in when social media first started. When Facebook first came out, what's up, Trey? That's my bubba. When Facebook first came out, when Instagram first came out, especially, it was all about art. It was all about artists, and it was all about like first of all, it was about artists, but it was like everybody is an artist. It didn't like be like you got to be doing this, you got to be doing that, and it wasn't like a niche thing. It wasn't like what's your niche, what's your niche, do your business, do your business. It was just like whatever you feel, whatever you want to create, whatever you want to do, you just share it and you just express. This is literally how Instagram and Facebook was made. It wasn't focused on all these little categories that school does to us, that adulthood does to us, and has everybody asking for their one purpose or their one calling. How are you going to be like, what's my purpose? How are you going to ask for, you got one purpose? That's crazy. That's crazy to literally be thinking that we just have one purpose or we just have one calling. But it's the same thing that social media has been doing with this niche thing. It's the same thing. You don't just have one niche. You don't just have one hobby. It's so unfair. So, man, I'm just so happy about this, y'all. I did a video a year ago and I talked about how YouTube was changing. I said, I think the video is titled like the best time to start a YouTube channel or something. And mind you, I'm talking in two different cameras. So this probably looks weird. Let me put this one right here. Let me move TikTok right here. Because I'm like, so mind you that I'm about to lose my train of thought. Okay, so what was happening? What was I saying? No, but seriously, it is one of those things where, social media was all about allowing you to put yourself out there, allowing you to be yourself. And now it's like this obsession. Well, okay, it was, because it's changing right now. Okay. So it was this obsession of that. And so I got it. What I was saying in my video that I did a year ago, I was saying how this is the best time to start a YouTube channel because YouTube is changing. If you are paying attention at all, then you can see how for so long, and I'm going to say like 8 years, 6 to 8 years, YouTube was on this like, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Like that extra, like everybody had to be extra. Like it got to the point where when I would try and talk to people about YouTube as a business, as a brand, because you are your own brand, people would automatically assume that being a YouTuber meant that you had to be this animated character because technically it low-key was like that. But that is changing. We are no longer having to show up like fucking animated, like amped up NPCs, which a lot of us haven't been doing social media like that or YouTube like that specifically because that's not your personality and you want it to stay authentic and true to yourself. So the fact that that is what is happening now in social media, I'm so happy. You can see it in TikTok. I quit TikTok like 2 years ago because I just got tired of the TikTok games. It's a lot of games that the makers of TikTok play when it comes to certain creators. And I got tired of that, so I stopped. And I just started again. And you can see, and this might even be due to the TikTok shutdown for a little bit, because I did predict the shutdown, and I also predicted that after the shutdown, it would be like a rise in creators. So I would love to check the numbers on how many more people are on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok and are like successful in getting a lot of followers, because they're just handing out followers. It's a no brainer that if you go live or post every day for a month in TikTok, you're going to get like over 5 to 10,000 followers. It's going to happen. It's just happening. So I just love where social media is going. What I was going to say too about TikTok is that you can see where before it was like a niche thing. It was like a, what is your thing? What do you do? Are you a TikTok dancer? You got to be really good. You got to be doing this and all that. And now, I don't know about y'all's algorithm, but mine, all that I see is videos on just saying, just post, just post, just post. Like, just post every day and just talk and talk and just say whatever you want to say. Just tell a story. Like, we want authenticity. TikTok is not wanting the aesthetics anymore, stuff like that. And I'm telling you guys, it's because of this shift. The same thing is happening in business. The same thing is happening in business. And about 6 years ago, I was talking about this when I was doing Young Living and I was running a group of women. We called ourselves Oily Mamas or Oil Mamas. And we were sharing Young Living products and our lifestyle and how we were genuinely using the products. And so people who were interested would sign up. And I would not only, this wasn't just like a family. It was like or it wasn't just like a group, it was like a family, but it also was like a business coaching. So outside of just Young Living, whatever they did, some women did other things, and they were able to implement the business coaching and the knowledge that I would get from there. And I would get so many channel messages about business at that time. This was when, like, what, 2018, 2019, when owning a business and entrepreneurship was such a big thing, and then it just skyrocketed during the pandemic and stuff. And so, yeah, I remember heavily talking about how business is actually spiritual, how it's really about energy, and how much that is going to be changing. And that is happening, you guys. People are no longer wanting this, like the salesy and the pitch. And I don't know if you guys, those of you who pay attention to stuff like this, I'm just a weirdo. I'm obsessed with like human behavior and how things change. So I'm always researching and learning about the procession of things, like how things have changed and evolved. And business is one of them. There was a time, like, during like if you watch the movie Matilda, when her father was a car salesman, that era that they were in, it was big to be sold to. Like, it was all about sales. Even to be a salesman, that was like a big thing. Like, you were really, like, you must have been making a big profit, because it was like a new concept almost, and people were loving to be sold to. And so we have this procession of like these changes on how we do everything from business to our belief and everything. And so with business, the same things that are being seen in social media, it is also happening. And that's where people just want more authenticity. We can see this in entertainment. Look at the reality shows. People are getting tired. Like, look at how reality shows used to be real. Like, back in the day, some of y'all is too young to even know that reality shows used to be real. And then the past like 10 years or so, they've just been scripted and fake. And they're like placing people in a place to create the drama and all that stuff. And people are getting tired of that. Reality show numbers are down more than they have ever been since like the real world and back in Baldwin Hills, or no, wait, Baldwin Hills wasn't, that wasn't really reality. It was College Hill. back in them days, okay? The Flavor Flav days, all right? Like it's definitely been down since it started because we are just craving for more authenticity. Going back to YouTube, if you guys are paying attention, again, you're getting less of the animated, what's up, guys? Like all that extra, like that no one really is. Most people are really not like that. Um, but you're literally seeing these videos where people aren't even really having intros anymore. And they're not even greeting you. We don't even care about that. Get to the point. You know, we like, okay, I'm trying to learn something. I'm trying to grow. So many more people are on the authentic, like we're literally hitting that subscribe button for people who are being real and talking about something real. People are just in the camera now, just like, hey guys, so if you're watching this video, and I don't know if you guys know, but 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that wasn't getting us. Nah, like it wasn't. The attention span was like it was crazy. And we needed to see animation. We needed to see a bunch of clips. Like even to have the videos where they're just like no cuts and just watching the whole video like that. This is I was reading about this in psychology 10 years ago and how big this was. Like the videos needed to be cut. This is how shorts and stories came out and reels and stuff because the what was happening with like the evolution of mankind, like us needing to have things in shorter form. It's changing now. People are really like wanting to let go, wanting to be free from those things, wanting to be a little like even craving the stillness. It's amazing. Hey, Lachey. Y'all, shout out to my best friend. I don't even know how I could highlight your thing. What's up, Nye? So yeah, y'all, I'm just so done with it. And I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm excited. I love you too. Yeah, I'm excited. Like I'm about to really like I don't even there's so much of me that would have been showing up more in this social media world if it wasn't for how quickly we plunged into this fake social media thing. I mean, let's go back, y'all. Let's go back to the time when Instagram first started. It was amazing. No one cared about your followers. Do y'all understand that keeping up with your following count once was not a thing? We had like a solid 3, 4 years. I'm gonna say we had a solid 5 years and nobody cared about that. That was nice. That was nice. And I remember when it started to change because my Instagram account that I no longer have access to right now, that I left with like 10,000 followers. Well, I didn't leave it, but they took the access to it. And I remember when having even 3,000 followers was a thing, 2,000 followers. And this is when companies started getting Instagrams and stuff. If you guys can go back and remember, like I remember this shit. I used to be like, wow, like McDonald's has an Instagram. Wow, YouTube has an Instagram. Like, damn, like how does everybody like this was a new thing. Mind you, this is also before, like, this is how we got so much access to celebrities. These things change our culture of being, like our way, because we didn't even have the access that we have. To sit up and watch Nicki Minaj be petty all day, we could have never seen that before this. We would have never even known. Like this stuff really changes us. It actually changes the way that we operate, the way we think, the way we do things. It all affects us. But I just remember that it wasn't a thing. And I remember when it started becoming a thing and I started as far as paying attention to following. And I would feel uncomfortable because I would meet somebody and they would be like, oh, what's your Instagram? And I'm like, oh, it's so and so. And then they would be like, oh, you got, and say something like, oh, it must be nice. Like, oh, you got followed. And I remember, guys, how weird it started to feel. It started to feel weird because I was like, I feel like you're only having a certain level of me. Mind you, this is when 6,000 followers was like, you were doing great. Now, even with 6,000 followers. And also, I guess it just depends on the how many followers the person that is, thinking this way through. But it just wasn't a thing. And now well, once that started happening, I would just be like, oh my God, like people are really treating you differently, treating you with a certain level of, I don't even know what to call it, but it's weird. It just started getting weird. It just started getting weird. And then people who had more than me, because there was a time that that wasn't a thing again. So it wasn't a thing so much that it almost felt like we had zero followers. So you remember who was there like before this obsession started. And then all of a sudden they started, we all started growing or whatever. I'm saying those of us who were content creators, like the ones that were like the ones who made Instagram, those of us that were posting meals. And like, I remember when we first started posting drinks and meals on social media, and it was weird. I'm not going to say I was the first person, but I'm definitely going to say I was one of them because people used to talk about me. I remember my ex mother-in-law, we got into a whole thing because she was like, you think that you can cook better than people, you're posting your food, that's so weird. And it was a bunch of people. She was like, you just think you're all that, you did it. And I'm just like, for me, it is what it's always been. And this is the people that really made social media, besides the ones who, obviously you don't have to be a content creator because you're on the other end of that, right? But we are just artists. So I love food photography, and that's what that was for me. It wasn't the ego that people were thinking that it was when it started, when it was like a new concept. And then now it just look at it now, it doesn't even matter now. You see how things change? Now we don't even like that's not even nothing. But if you can remember back in 2013, 2014, posting your meals were a thing. And then people started putting filters on their meals. Remember when we used to use them filters like hard? Like them filters were extra. You remember that? We used to be going hard on the filters. Oh my God, y'all. It's just crazy, but I'm so like it's an answered prayer because I'm just like, yo, when are we going to go back to things being normal? And I remember, I'm sorry, y'all, my other camera's messing up. Don't do that. Okay, y'all, I'll be dealing with technology. Okay, so you have to bear with me. If something goes wrong, I'll be like, because this is me and technology. What was I gonna say? Totally forgot. Totally forgot, but it's gonna come back. Okay, so let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm gonna get off of here soon, y'all. So let me know if y'all have any questions. Shout out to my YouTube tribe. If you are not on my YouTube channel, you can go to De La Soul. Y'all, let me tell you about my doppelganger. Since we mentioned De La Soul, you guys, there is a woman. Cha. There's a woman named De La Soul, and she low key look like me, and she low key do what I do. That's crazy. And for the longest, I was planning on um, making my brand and my website delasoul.com, and I didn't do it. I actually waited. This right here is some real like matrix shit. Like one of the last videos I uploaded yesterday when I talked about how this place is really like we hear this all the time, it's a matrix. But I really broke down like how you can like add objects to a space that the object was not there, or take things away. Like I literally gave proof and story time on the things that I have put in a space that was not actually there, or like a reality literally changing. Like it's deeper than manifesting, but I don't want to get into it right now. But um this is one of them things for real. Because what are the odds of the girl that looks like me, who does similar work than me? She's like a kind of like a spiritual coach. She would, I don't know if she calls herself spiritual, but more like holistic, I guess. Um, and her name is De La Soul. And so I was going to get the domain of delasoul.com, and I procrastinated. And then when I got pregnant and I had time to like sit, I was like, okay, it's time for me to get my domain. Let's do this. Why this heifer done snatched up the DeLaSoul.com just like that. I said, who are you? Where did you come from? Because I'm always checking this and I'm never worried about it because who else's name is De La Soul except for the 80s group, which is who my father named me after. And it's not even spelled the same. So why would your name be spelled like my name? Why would you do that? How could you? How could this be possible? This is some real like parallel reality shit, you guys. I'm telling you, it's a real girl out there. Her name is De La Soul and she looked like me. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I contact the girl. First of all, I was pregnant, so I did cry. I was really hurt. I felt like have you ever been like you guys have had this experience because I really feel like it's one of those matrixy parallel things that just happens. And it's like when you have an idea or you know that you should start something and you don't do it. And then all of a sudden in your reality, the next month, the next year or two, somebody else is doing it. And you like, what the, like that's crazy. I know I'm not the only person that experienced that. So it was like that, but on a completely different level. Because why do you look like me? So I reached out to this girl, y'all. I reach out to this girl and I say, hey, I don't know where you got the name De La Soul from, but that is my name. That's my biological name. My father named me De La. And y'all, this story is crazy. And okay, so I asked her because I tried to buy the domain directly and then like declined. So this is why I reached out to her because if you go down the rabbit hole, you can actually find the person's number and address that has the domain and stuff, right? So I really got on the phone with this girl, y'all. And I asked her for the domain. She straight said no. And which was just so rude to me. I feel like that was so rude. Just flat no. She didn't even care about my story. Like and then y'all, this is a true story. I kid you not. I said to her, well, what's your name? Like, what's your real name? Because this is I tried to get her with the fact that I was born with this name. So it's like significant to me. Why does girl say her dad, I can't even say, why she say her dad gave her this name? I can't even take it. I can't even take it. Isn't this crazy? You guys, this is a true story. I'm telling y'all this story because if you go and look up De La Soul and you see a girl that is not me, but low-key looks like a off-brand version of me, that's not the one that you subscribe to. Okay? And shout out to sis, but she does look like an off-brand version. She looks like a carbon copy of me. She just does. She's gorgeous, obviously, but I'm just saying. Y'all, is this not crazy? This is a real thing. Oh my God. And okay, wait, I'm gonna tell y'all what's really shiesty about this though. Okay, forget it. I didn't get the domain. I'm clearly not supposed to be having delasoul.com. Whatever, okay? Acceptance is in full effect, a couple of days after that or whatever, right? But this is what I don't like. What she did after that is that she went and she created every goddamn platform that exists under the name De La Soul. And I do mean every platform. YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. She and okay. This is why this isn't right. Okay, because you still might be like, okay, but still that's her name too, and that's what it is, or whatever. Okay, yeah. But it's the thing. She haven't even done nothing with it. She's not even doing nothing. She's not even doing her practice. She could literally share some of that. I cannot have an Instagram or any of those things with the name just De La Soul. I gotta put a underscore or an extra little thing in there. And she haven't done nothing. She's just sitting on it. It's like, sis, come on. Let's work together. Like, ain't this crazy, you guys? This story is wild. This is a real thing that happened. I cannot believe this. I'm telling y'all, my life is not real. It's a movie. I be having the craziest stories. I actually wrote some stories down a year ago that I kept saying I'm gonna finish my story time with. I think I've done like 3 story times on my channel, and I just stumbled upon this what you call it, this writing the other day, and I said, yeah, let me get to this, y'all, because my stories are not even. You wouldn't even think that they were real. I can't believe that. Like, I'm low key, like, really thinking about that now. How could that happen? You guys don't be careful, okay? When you're looking up De La Soul, make sure it's me. I can't even like we look so much alike, which I feel like I feel like we low key don't, but I also feel like people think that all light skinned people look like people literally think that all light skinned women look alike. So that's why you're gonna sit here and say that we look alike, which is just that's just so not cool. But but she doesn't have locks. Unless she done went and got locks in the last 6, she probably done got locks. Cause, you know, sis wanna be me so bad. She probably got locks. I don't even know. But I'm telling you, she hasn't even this was 7 years ago. She hasn't even changed any of the profile pictures. She's done nothing with it. I should reach out again and be like, hey, can you delete one of these accounts so I can get some? Like, dang. That is so funny. Oh my God, that's hilarious. But yeah, so okay, we talked about that. That was one thing that was on my mind. I really need to be getting off of here because I've been trying to do less than 30-minute lives. But you know what else I wanted to talk about? This is what came up. I was sitting here editing. I'm about to upload this video of me and K-Ba. Those of you who don't know, that's my Senegalese brother. And this is a video of us going to this restaurant. And what were me and K-Ba talking about? We were talking about we were talking about how people move to Africa and romanticize it. And I was telling him about how him and I went to him, I and the kids. We all went to this Thanksgiving party here like 2 years ago. And I met with these women. Shout out to them if they are watching, because they did tell me that they watched my YouTube videos. And it's so cool, you guys. Like one of the best compliments that I get is just the compliment of elders really like messing with me. Like I'm surprised of how many elders actually watch my channel and really are inspired by me. I get emails, messages, comments from elders telling me that they are now leaving the country and doing their thing and that I've inspired them. And the reason why I love this the most is that it normally be people that's my age, or I'm 35 by the way, or people that are like no more than like their mid 40s, who are always trying to control me. Like y'all be the ones that be telling me that I can't do this, I can't say that, I'm not supposed to be doing that. But I feel like just like the video I uploaded yesterday, that both of my parents never do that. So if my parents are not doing that, and if the elders are not doing that, I'm good. Like y'all need to just stop, okay? Just stop. That's how I feel. So I just love getting love from the elders. Like it feels like where my soul feels, which is in a very older soul place, you know? Even though I might show up young, I might look young or whatever, but it definitely resonates with me a lot more. And it just feels confirming. It feels validating to know that I can be who I am. I can be a mother of four. I can be spiritual, if that's what y'all want to call it. I don't call myself that. I can be revolutionary, if that's what y'all want to call it. I could be hood as hell, whatever. I could be what I am, is what I'm saying. I could be all the different mixtures and combinations that I am. And those who have lived a longer life than you guys, and those who really have understood like how important it is to not judge people and just like assume and stuff, they the ones who really like they really fucks with me. Like I appreciate that. And I also appreciate it because I really don't like showing up in a different way than what I am. And I don't change myself when I am in different rooms. If it's like if I'm speaking to someone like Dr. Kaba Kamene. He is someone he was in the Hidden Colors films. I think back then he was called Booker T. Coleman, and today his name is Kamene, Dr. Kamene, or some people just call him Brother Kaba. And he's an elder, and me and him are super tight. And when we speak, I do not change. I talk like this. It's just really normal. I don't be like, oh well, you know, well this is like I don't want to do that. I just want to be myself. We all can just be ourselves. that's so much better. A person will love you so much more and be able to love you better because you're giving yourself. So I just really appreciate that. Okay, let me get back to what I was saying. So I'm at this party, right? And these elders, I go and sit with them, and these are women that are American women, American Black women who have been in Senegal since the 90s. And I didn't even know. I've never seen these women. I think I've spoken to one quite a few times. Yes, I have. I definitely have. We just hadn't met in person, and she owns a bookstore here. So me and her definitely have had some great conversations via um, like Messenger, but we've never seen each other in person. And so, of course, they, knew me right away. And I was just like, oh, who, like, what? And they were like, oh, yeah, this is who I am. And they were like, yeah, like, we watch you. Like, we watch you and we just love you. Like, we just love who you are. And they were like, they were telling me that what they really like about how I've moved here and how I've literally moved through navigating through living here in this country, is that I didn't come here romanticizing Africa. I don't even know how they. Oops, my best friend is calling. Girl, girl, you messing up the live, girl. Okay, my bad. Watch her call again. My phone's supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. I think she's even on my Do Not Disturb thing now. I'm lacking. Okay, so they just give me, you know, that information, and I didn't know. I don't even know how they knew that I mean, obviously they you can, you never know what people can decipher and defer whatever from watching you. But really good observation because baby, I could not have come here romanticizing this place. I just I didn't come here like most people come here. So I didn't even have time for that. I didn't even have time for that. And it was such an intuitive move. I didn't when I got the messages about moving to Senegal, I didn't have what a lot of you guys have, which is the internet okay, we have the internet, but it was no YouTube. It was no YouTube stuff. There was nobody on YouTube here. There wasn't anybody in this continent that I am aware of, not even the Bag family, shout out to them. But they were not even here doing their YouTube thing. So I had nothing to go off of. I had nothing to romanticize. And I wanted to share this. I wanted to share this because I know a lot of you guys want me to talk about moving out the country and to Africa. And um, what I want to say is that you got to be so careful going off of these YouTubers. For real. This is actually not my first time saying this. I think we've said this on the show, that me and Afro Millennial had. You can still go to my channel and watch all of those like 50 episodes of Repat No Cap. And it's just that, when you move to a place, you get a very different you get the real deal. Like what y'all are seeing on YouTube of people in Tanzania and Ghana and all these other countries that everybody's just moving to and stuff. When you live here, and I'm not talking about live here for a year, okay? I'm not talking about living here for 2 years. I'm not talking about living here for 3 years. But when you've been here for 4 and 5 years, 6 and 7, 10 years, you don't have like all of the what do they call them, rose colored glasses stuff that you might have had. It goes away, and you are really here. And you also learn a lot about other people on that continent and the experiences that people are really having, because locally, in a real-time level outside of the internet, you are seeing people moving in and moving out, and you're seeing people's experiences, and experiences are real. People are coming here and not making it. People are coming here and having situations and having to go back and all types of stuff, having situations here that you would never hear of. And these are things that just don't make it to YouTube. They don't make it to YouTube. And a lot of people are in survival mode too. So they're showing you YouTube videos because they need to do that. And I'm not knocking that at all. Like, shout out to you, do your thing on whatever platform. But I just feel like for me, when I place myself in a space where I am moving my family to a space to a new place and I am going so much off of what I'm seeing on the internet, on YouTube, I really want honesty. I don't want the people that's in survival mode or that's only been there for a year or two telling me everything about that country, because it don't work like that. If you look at my journey here, you do not see any videos of me in the first 2 years. You might not even see any in the first 3 years of me sharing my opinion, my opinion on living here, because I just really wanted to hold this place in a safer space. People really move to Africa and just want to get the content out, want to get the content and want to get all, and just like share all their things. And a lot of people are, again, when you move to a place, you really do have these rose colored glasses. So you're so excited, you're so happy. Like I remember when I moved to this area in Dakar called Yof. And when I first moved there, it was so amazing. Oh my God, such a beautiful, clean place. And I was out there on the beach doing my yoga and doing my meditation. I had got an apartment right in front of the water, like literally in my kitchen. It looked like we were in a boat because the water was just right there, like way over to the other side of the wall. But that's how close we were. The front yard was the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean in my apartment. And it was mighty beautiful, especially what I did to the place. So I don't knock that or anything, but bruh, what I know now and what I see now and what I seen within like 8 months later, completely different. Like not different experience, but definitely no, like I can't be out here meditating. Like it's yof. It's lit over here. Motherfuckers is tapping you on the shoulder. Like it's so much going on. Like I don't even know how I was able to do that with such peace and freedom at the time. This just shows you how real frequency is. Because after a while, when I guess the rose colored glasses just went off, I don't even know. But I really like no, they're not letting you do that. It's just too much going on. You can't meditate on your beach. Now in Sally, you can do that. There's plenty of beaches that you can do that. But I'm just giving my example because I didn't see all of that. I didn't see all of the disturbances and even how polluted the beach was. I didn't see any of that. And when I would bring people there for the first time, they would say the same things that I would say when I first got there. So it just shows you. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily romanticizing, but it's like a form of that. And you can easily do that when you are, first of all, so eager to leave your country. Like when you are ready to go and you're tired, people really like will just cling on to the next thing that looks good. But then you're going off of, again, these YouTubers who are, a lot of them are in survival mode. A lot of them, first of all, like to me, it's crazy to go off of other people's opinions to move somewhere. Not too much. Like it's helpful, right? But everybody really does have different experiences. You're not going to have the same exact experience. And what I have learned from living here is that people really do have, people's experiences are based on their energy anyway, right? On their frequency and how they're perceiving things, right? But if you got a motherfucker that moves into the same country that you're going to or that you are newly living in, and they are pessimistic, always complaining, always feeling like somebody's out to get them, always like, it's people like that. I meet these people all the time. They move in here from America and other places all the time. And it's draining to be around. And you will see them have some of the craziest experiences. Yeah, that happens all the time. I see it all the time. So it's like, for that, like you just can't go off of other people's um experiences. You just can't. Like you can take things with a grain of salt, and I feel like it's kind of hard to do if you're binge watching their YouTube channel for that reason. Like so many people tell me that they're moving where I am, and I've spoken to so many people, and I'll say why. And when a person says because of you, like I just ask like what is bringing you here, you know? And if a person says because of you, oh, let's have a real conversation, because you maybe didn't get the right idea of what I was saying when I said that you can do this too. I'm not necessarily talking about here because Africa isn't for everyone. And I'm not talking about Senegal specifically. And not everybody can move to a country without visiting it. You know, not everybody can move to a country and live and thrive in a place that they don't speak the language at. I am still not fluent. Okay. My energy is definitely saving me in this country because of the people that I attract in my life who assist me. But yeah, that's a thing. I have been in super soft girl era or mode, if that's what you want to call it, because my friends, my Senegalese friends around me, play a huge part in me getting things done. Now, granted, I can't speak enough where I can get around by myself, but I think that even most Americans that come here are never fluent, and more than half of them come here with their spouses, and at least half of those spouses, um, or those partners, are Senegalese. So, you going off of a person's video in Tanzania who only been there for 5 months, 6 months, don't even know that a lot of them really do not mess with us. And that's not like a myth, but it's not even because of this whole thing like Africans don't like us. It's because so many Americans have moved to Tanzania. And honestly, you guys, this is a whole nother topic. I'm not gonna lie. When I meet Americans that move here, I am on the edge when it comes to my African friends and them being around Africans because, believe it or not, this is real. I've been here for almost 5 years. I can speak like me, and many other people who have been here for a long time can say this. Many of my Senegalese friends can say this. A lot of Americans come here and be on some colonizer stuff. We really be coming here thinking that we're supposed to get things for free. We act like Africa owes us something. This is Yes, I have fallen out with two friends from them thinking that they don't have to pay my African friends to help them spend their whole day finding them an apartment and getting them food because you don't speak the language here. So somebody has to do it for you. But you will be surprised what being raised in a capitalist, racist system will do to a person that is afraid of the unknown and that has to, even if they're not in survival mode. I'm not even going to necessarily speak and say it's for everyone that's in survival mode because some people don't have the money and they're not coming like that. And some people do have the money and they're just antsy and they're just afraid of, oh my God, is somebody gonna do this? Da, 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 and they just come out. It's just certain energies come out with that. People just be more irritated and selfish in certain things. Like I truly believe that when a person moves to a new country, especially if you come from a country that things are just like very robotic and everything is like predictable, you can predict everything. And I feel like when you move to a place like a continent like Africa that just shatters all your shit, like you just totally have to completely turn into a new person almost and change. I feel like this brings out the narcissism and the control freak and all the fears and traumas in a person. It really does. It makes this continent a really good place for Americans to heal from, honestly, because it strips you. You get stripped. You don't get to like what you're doing every day right now. If you're in a Western country, especially, you're doing your routine every day. You're getting in your same car or the same bus, the same route, the same thing. Like you're doing everything, and you don't even probably realize how much you need that routine and like that's a safeness, like the steady paycheck, like all that stuff. It's a false safeness. We should know that by now. You should know that it is not real because we've had enough experiences for you to see that throughout history and just a few years ago. But it's a safeness. It's like a safety net. So when you come here and you come to a place where time doesn't matter and where a person's word is not really a thing, but you can still believe in it because you still should, but then you shouldn't. But then like it's just so many things that one life could not ever explain. And you just gotta be okay with being cracked open and shed. We're talking about all kinds of traumas. Like I still notice traumas from that I have gotten from America that are not here. And sometimes my African friends be like, yo, you tripping. I'm like, nah, they can't walk behind me like that. Like, mm-mm. Certain things that just sound crazy to us. But yeah, guys, I wanted to share that because it came up in the video that I'm about to upload. But I was just really thinking about that, and I was like, dang, like I'm so grateful that I'm grateful that that YouTube and stuff wasn't available. I don't know if I would have went off of all of that, but TikTok and all of that, that was not a thing for, when I knew that I was coming here. It was called Musically back then, and people were not doing no videos or anything in a new country. And I'm just so grateful that I came in here without any preconceived judgments. Like, this is what we do to each other. You don't even notice this, because even if you think it's something good, like even if you have a good perception about someone, it's so much better to just have no perception, to just come with a clean slate. Like, unless you read energy very well and you know that this person is like messed up, of course that comes in handy. But it's just so much better when we just drop all judgments and all criticism from ourselves and to each other. So doing the same thing when you have already chosen the country that you're going to move to, it's so good because you get to have your own experience. People are moving to new places and having someone else's experience. Seriously, this is how it works. You're a computer program. You're AI. You're the original AI. So whatever you are putting inside of you, whatever information that you're getting and you're downloading, you're scrolling through that Instagram, and this person is saying it's like this, it's going to be like that. You are programming yourself with that. Yes, you are. So if they're talking about a tragic experience that they had, you're going to now be ready to have that experience, even if you say that you don't believe it. It definitely happens. Really. Marston you're not the first person who spoke on that, sis. Yep, that's good. I want to hear more people that live here talk about that, because we really don't be telling the truth, y'all. That's what you're gonna see in the middle of this vlog, because me and K be talking about everything, and we just had a conversation about certain things that really go on in certain countries. I'm not even gonna say it right now, but it's like, let's just keep it 100. Let's just keep it real. Like, if not, then don't say nothing at all. But don't be like, move here, do this, do this. Like, you've never ever heard me be like, move here, you should come to Senegal, you should come to Africa. And people literally assume that because I moved to Africa, and especially if you know me for my a revolutionary side, then you probably really think that I believe that everybody black should come to Africa. And you couldn't be any further from the truth. You just assume that. This is why I've been so careful with what I do with my platform on YouTube, because people think that when you specifically are a content creator, and or if you become one when you move to an African country, that now all your content is Africa stuff. Come to Africa, yada yada yada. And what people don't know about me, or maybe you do, is that I was a YouTuber before I moved here. I didn't come here to be a YouTuber. I didn't come here like, oh, let me gain my following showing people Africa. I'm so much not knocking anybody, but I am more than just like African content. I'm more than just like black. I'm more than just like as black power as I am, as revolutionary as I am, I'm also way more than that. So I don't want to ever get caught up in being this like, diaspora leader. And people try to put me there. People really tried to put me there. It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to continue the show, Repat No Cap, because people like, you get this certain audience, and I love y'all. I love all y'all so much, but you get this certain audience that is just a little too aggressive, yo. Like, too much on like the black stuff and history and a white man, and then like you get a little bit too much of that. And we sometimes we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just be on that vibration all the time, you guys. Like, what the hell? Like, really, you don't have to ever be on that vibration. You really don't. Like, it's us subscribing to those things. But it's just, we'll get into that another time. But I'm just saying, like, this is why I have spread myself wide open with other things, because I don't want to be that diaspora YouTuber. Now, am I for leaving the country? Have you heard me say you can leave the country? Most definitely. Leave your country if you are not happy there, okay? I am so for traveling and exploring and making this a normal thing, because you've always been, your bloodline, literally no matter who you are, in your bloodline is migration. you're made to get up and go and explore, People also assume that because Africa was my first continent of moving and where I'm at now was my first country. People literally, and honestly, this fucking pisses me off. It's just the things that we do. Like, we're always putting people in boxes. It's like people think that because I'm here now, I'm supposed to get some land and I'm supposed to build a house and I'm supposed to get my African husband. Like, come on. How could everybody's life be like that? How could that? Why does that have to be my dream? Because I have children and I moved to Africa? That's whack. Why does it have to be that this is my first country and this is the only country that I could live in? Oh my God. I mentioned moving to another country out of this continent one day when we were doing the Repat No Cap show. People are like, "Oh, you traitor. Oh, I don't know." People literally telling me they don't know what to do now. Like, they don't know what to do and where to go now. Because I'm talking about leaving. But I want to travel the world. My father used to travel the world. This was a dream since I was like 7. How are you going to take that from me? Because you put me in this diaspora thing. That's crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Just stop. Just stop, because no place, like, we're not bound to one place, and you don't know another person's story. I don't even know what's in store for me. How you know that I'm supposed to do this and do that? People literally be in my comments like, well, how come you haven't got your land? When are you going to get your house? Where are you going to get your house? Where your land at? Why does that have to be the next step for me? Because you've seen so many diasporans in their mid 40s come here with their 401k and their spouses, or not, but very often. And this is what you want from me. Or you seen women come here and get their African king. And so this is what you think I want. Like, don't do that to people. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. No, but really, we all are. We all are. Like, the same way that you don't want to be put in a category and judged. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. And a person like me that has definitely experienced realities where where I have been chastised and punished for speaking the truth, and a bunch of other stuff that I've talked about just the other day. I just went live the other day talking about those of you that have been like unalived, and how many sessions I do with people that have been publicly humiliated and stuff for speaking the truth, and, or not being religious, or um, midwives and, healers and things. So I come through with a rebellious spirit, I must say. I don't like to be put in a box. When I moved here and I, packed up everything, and I talked about in one of my videos that I uploaded yesterday how my parents did not agree with me moving here. But that video is really good. If y'all haven't watched that video, watch that video. It's a completely different message, but within that message, I'm giving a message, which is usually how my messages go. So that video is really good. But yeah, I just talked about how, I forgot where I was going with that. But I talked about how my parents did not agree with me, and they still ended up supporting me. They're actually really happy that I'm here now, but they were not for it. They were not for it. They were so against it. Bam. And so, where I was going with that, see, that's how it happens. Don't try to figure it out. You just got to keep talking. It's gonna come. But my father, he told me, he was like, you know what? You've always been rebellious. Like, you never did listen to anybody. And I was like, thank you, Daddy. Because it's the same, he's the same way. He was the same way. He was like, just go. Just do you. He was like, because you don't care what we're gonna say anyway. Thank you for giving me this fire that allows me to light my own way through the darkness. Absolutely. Okay, so 59 minutes. I'm gonna get off of here, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Ooh, I'm blocking all the accounts that say Cash App. If your account says anything that has to do with Cash App, I'm blocking you because these bots, baby. I have 131 hearts, and that's so cool because I didn't ask for them. And I don't want to be on here like, give me hearts, share, share, share. I am protesting against all of that, y'all. As we go into what I just got done breaking down less than an hour ago, as we go through this social media shift, I am protesting against promoting yourself like a product. Oh my God. Ugh, ugh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting that that's where we've been for all these years. I'm so glad that we're going away from that. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. For those of you who do not know me, my name is De La Soul, and I am an MDR therapist. That stands for multi dimensional regression. I take people into parallel realities where we heal from their traumas that they've carried over to this life and karma. They also are able to speak to their soul team and their deceased loved ones. I'm also an intuitive coach, a painless birth worker, and I just help people find their light. I help people heighten their intuition and figure out how much we are all channeling all the time. So if you would like to contact me and reach me for any of my services, you can go to my website at earthisschool.com, or you can email me at dayla@earthisschool.com. If there are no questions, then let's be out of here. And if you want to see more of me, definitely go to my YouTube channel because I'm there a lot more. Shout out to my YouTube tribe. I appreciate you guys, all of you guys. Sorry if I'm not looking at this camera, y'all, because I got this camera. I can't wait to see what this look like because it probably looks like I've been talking like this. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys once again. Until next time, peace out.